Charles, I believe that's Studi. Could be Study or Stud. Grace Smith, Ava Sandak, and Claire Snyder. And we'll start with you, Mr. Wallace. And for the rest of you, just kind of listen to the conversation that I'm having with Mr. Wallace here. It'll help inform the decision that you make regarding the case that you have. Mr. Wallace, you received a ticket for possessing or consuming alcohol in public. You're over the age of 21, and you don't have any prior offenses. So the prosecutors offered to resolve your case by dismissing it ultimately. They would want you to write a 250-word handwritten essay about what you've learned from this experience. If you were to do that, submit that prior to the court date that we would give to you, which would be about 3 weeks out from now, maybe even longer because we got some pretty booked dockets, but we would give you a court date. And if you submitted that essay to the prosecutor's office and they were satisfied with the essay, then they would file a motion to dismiss. You'd receive a copy of that motion to dismiss in the order that I would execute, showing your case had been dismissed, and then your record would be sealed from the charge. There are no fees associated with that. This is just an offer that's been made by the prosecutor to resolve the case with more of a warning type of approach than an actual consequence as far as a criminal record, anything of that nature. And you wouldn't be pleading guilty to anything in connection with this. So that's the option for you. You're not required to accept that, but I wanted to share it with everybody so that if you wanted to, you could. What would you like to do?
I'd like to accept that.
Okay, so knowing that you'd like to accept that, the next step for us is to simply give you another court date.
Okay.
So I'm going to send you out front, and I'm going to say reset 3 to 4 weeks out. I don't want you to wait that long to write the essay. The sooner you get that in, the sooner your case can be dismissed. And the advantage of that is not having an open case where you could lose the benefit of getting that case dismissed, and now you've got another charge to address. So I would encourage you to get the essay done, get it submitted as quickly as possible so your case can be dismissed. But just because our dockets are packed, it'll probably be 3 to 4 weeks before we can find a date that we set you for. And then because you have appeared already in our court, we're going to make this Zoom eligible, which just means that if you for some reason had to come back to court, you could come back via Zoom video rather than coming in person. All right, so I'll send you out front. Actually, why don't you just step to the side? Because do we want to send them?
I would send them out
started?
the time because
yeah, we might as well.
They don't need to be advised.
They don't. They're just going to get their new court date. Okay, I'll send you out front. They'll get you the new court date and get you on your way. And then Roshni Nandi. Good morning. Am I saying your last name correctly?
Yes.
And is that how you say your first name as well?
Yeah, Roshni.
Okay, good enough. And Ms. Nandi, you have the exact same offer as that young man that I just spoke to, that if you were to write that 250-word handwritten essay and submit that about what you've learned, then the prosecutors will dismiss your case. So that's an option for you. How would you like to proceed?
I'd like to accept.
All right, so no plea will enter today. We're going to reset you. And I'll just send you right out front. They'll be with you in just a few moments. You're welcome. And I want to just make sure I pull up each file individually and not make an assumption that they're all the same, but I think it's likely, but we'll call, how do you say your last name? Studi. Thank you, Mr. Studi. Mr. Studi, you do have the same offer from the prosecutor's office, which is to dismiss the charge that's pending for you if in fact you were to write that 250-word handwritten essay. How would you like to proceed? You want to accept that? Okay. And we are simply going to reset your case 3 to 4 weeks out. Make sure that we have your email address up front because I believe that our prosecutors are going to be sending an email to you so that'll get you prompted to start with the essay. And then you'll send the email back to them where the essay will go back to the prosecutor's office so they can file the motion to dismiss.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome, right out front. Grace Smith. Hello, Ms. Smith.
Hi.
There it is. I was just having trouble finding the file. And you do have the same offer in your case, Ms. Smith, is to have your case dismissed if in fact you complete that 250-word handwritten essay. How would you like to proceed?
I accept.
It would be hard for me to imagine someone saying, no, I'd rather go to trial, but I do have to ask the question. Okay, I'm going to send you right out front. They'll get you that new court date. And then as long as we have the essay and the dismissal motion from the prosecutor, that's how you'll know you don't have to come back to court. Is the case, you'll get an order saying the case has been dismissed. So make sure we have a good email for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ava Sandak. Good morning.
Morning.
Is that how you say your last name? All right, good morning to you, Ms. Sandak. Let's take a look at what we have. Yep, same offer is available to you. Have your case dismissed as long as you complete the handwritten essay. Have you decided whether you'd like to accept that?
Say accept.
All right, I'll send you right out front. They'll be with you in a few moments. Claire Snyder. Hello, Ms. Snyder. And I do have the same offer from the prosecutor for you is to dismiss the case if you write the essay. Have you decided whether you'd like to accept?
I accept.
All right, so we'll set you up for a new court date that's 3 to 4 weeks out. And if you'll make your way out front.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Give me a moment. I'm going to see if I can track down your case file.
What's his first name, sir?
I believe it's Tucker. Is that correct?
Henry.
Henry.
First name, last name Tucker.
Oh, last name is Tucker. Okay, Henry Tucker. So we'll pull your case up, Mr.
Perfect.
Tucker. Okay, Mr. Tucker, you may have heard me talk to those other folks here. They had, as adults, they're over 21, they had a charge of possession, consumption of alcohol, exactly like you do. And the prosecutor is offering to dismiss the charge for you if you write a 250-word handwritten essay and submit that before the next court date that we give to you. So that's an option for you to resolve your case. What would you like to do?
I'd like to accept, please.
All right. Any questions on what that process entails?
No, I just write the 250 words and then email I get back and all good.
That's right. You'll be getting an email from the prosecutor's office. You'll submit the essay handwritten, so you'll want to make sure you probably handwrite it and then scan it, and they may want you to take a picture of it, but they'll have some information in the email that they sent to you.
100%.
Okay. And I might need a new face sheet because I think we printed out the one for
The
Alexander.
one for the other person probably, right? I mean, it's not one since I sent it. He just.
All right, but you can make your way out front. They'll be with you in a few moments.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. I'll just pause until I have that face sheet.
Sure, if you want to.
That hearing had a little bit of everything. Judge Jeff Cahn presided over a docket of alcohol-related citations, and while the charges were all fairly routine, the prosecutor's unusual resolution, dismissal in exchange for a handwritten essay, set the tone for a session that was more about accountability than punishment. Case involved Mr. Wallace, who had been cited for possessing or consuming alcohol in public. Because he was over 21 and had no priors, the prosecutor offered to dismiss the case if he wrote a 250-word handwritten essay on what he had learned from the experience. Judge Cahn patiently explained the process. Write the essay, submit it to the prosecutor by the next court date, and once accepted, the prosecutor would file a motion to dismiss, sealing the case from public view. Wallace, polite and respectful, quickly accepted. The same offer went to Roshni Nandi, Charles Studdy, Grace Smith, Ava Sandak, and Claire Snyder. Each defendant accepted without hesitation, answering respectfully and cooperating with the instructions. Judge Cahn took the time to confirm names and emails, making sure no one left confused about how to submit their essays. His tone was pragmatic but approachable, even joking lightly that it would be hard to imagine someone saying, "No, I'd rather go to trial," instead of writing a short essay. Finally, Henry Tucker came forward. He, too, accepted the essay option, but asked a practical question. Could he just type it and email it? Judge Cahn clarified that it needed to be handwritten, pen on paper, then scanned or photographed for submission. Tucker, cooperative and respectful, nodded and thanked the judge before stepping out. The overall atmosphere was calm, constructive, and even lightly humorous at moments. Defendants were young, respectful, and grateful for the chance to avoid a permanent record, while Judge Cahn balanced efficiency with clarity, turning what could have been a dry run of dismissals into a practical civics lesson. It wasn't high drama, but it was a reminder that sometimes accountability takes the form of reflection, not fines or punishment. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read everyone.